This video contains minor gameplay spoilers for the beginning of Valkyria Chronicles 1. Make sure to just listen to the audio if you want to avoid spoilers. Valkyria Chronicles 4 is set to release on March 21st. To show what to expect, Sega livestreamed footage of the game around Christmas. I decided to check out the livestream to see what to expect with the newest iteration in the series. The stream left me with mixed feelings, to say the least. If you want to see the livestream for yourself, then make sure to check the description of this video for a link to the livestream. It's pretty long with not a lot of new footage or anything, so make sure to check the comments. I think there is some timestamps for the video. Also, the gameplay you are seeing is gameplay of Valkyria Chronicles 1. You can see my playthrough of this game by clicking the link in the description, as well as any cards or end screens throughout this video. Now, most of the live stream was just a lot of talking in Japanese. There were no English subtitles, so I had no clue what was going on. So please keep that in mind as I explain what I saw. I may be completely wrong on some of these parts of the live stream, as I had to merely speculate how certain actions impacted the gameplay. The gameplay itself looks very similar to Valkyria Chronicles 1. The main difference seems to be massive maps filled with more enemies. There are some maps that appear to have 30 or so enemies scattered around it. The maps look huge in comparison to some of the starting maps of Valkyria Chronicles 1 or its mobile successors. There also seems to be more weather effects, such as snow, the most visually stunning effect being one of a tank driving through fire. Maybe this points to there being weather hazards in the battles as well. Weather has played a part in past Valkyria Chronicles games, such as restricting your visibility. It would be cool to have more severe effects, such as fire or maybe even lightning. Snow also seems to be a big part of the story from the reveal trailer that was replayed in the livestream. Other than the map, I noticed some changes to infantry. In Valkyria Chronicles 2, the Sniper class was an upgraded version of the Scout class, and there was also a melee class with a hammer and shield. Melee classes seem to have been removed in favor of the original classes featured in the first game. The Sniper class is also returned with this game and does not appear to be tied to the Scout class. There seems to be additional weapons such as a mortar. This seems similar to the mortar found on the tank but carried by an infantry unit. Some rifles appear to have underslung grenade launchers which appear to increase the range of grenades. There's also an underslung flamethrower which can hit multiple enemies at once. Another change to gameplay is that you can move multiple characters at once. This seems to be a special ability as this did not always occur in the livestream or was mainly used by bosses. There are also new ship orders which appear to take the place of the standard orders from the previous games. You can upgrade this ship which appears to gain access to additional orders. Alongside upgrading the ship, there seems to also be a similar upgrade and leveling system as was in Valkyria Chronicles 1. Another similarity to the first game is the way conversations work. The comic book style frame with the CG head in the middle makes a return, unlike the static 2D images of the second game. I personally prefer the 2D images as they could be manipulated in creative ways which would match the dialogue, but this is more of a personal preference for me. One cool change is that when you die, a cute dog with a little hat runs to you, and instead of carrying a barrel of rum, he has a container of Ragnite. This is probably my favorite design of the new game so far. It's over the top, but I feel that it works oddly enough within the lore of the game. Ragnite being the explosive substance capable of healing wounds. Speaking of death, it seems that you don't have to recover bodies anymore, and I may be mistaken, but there seems to be some additional choice once the character is downed to either revive them or possibly leave them. Again, it was confusing to see what this actually was without English subtitles. As for the tank, it seemed to only use 1 CP as opposed to 2, or 1 AP. I get the AP and CP confused. This may be an upgrade, but this was something possible with the APC variant of the tank in the second game. The gameplay looked impressive. It harkens back to Valkyria Chronicles 1, which is definitely a great thing after the drastic change that Valkyria Revolution took. But I want to talk about my main problem with the game so far, the design of the characters. I do not want to say that a game can only look a certain way, but I personally find the design of Valkyria Chronicles 4 to be too tacky. One of the things that I loved about Valkyria Chronicles 1 is that the designs are mainly rooted in realism. The uniforms tend to mirror that of uniforms found in World War I. The standard outfits do not deviate too much from a realistic look, and most of the uniforms appear to be covered with armor and not showing too much skin, save a belly button here and there. In 4, however, the designs are more over the top. A lot of the female soldiers wear more sexualized uniforms with Overwatch form-fitting leggings, thin leggings, or chest armor that emphasizes their breasts. Their breasts do seem to be covered at least, as well as some who have hats or headbands with what appears to be ears or big wings hanging off of their heads. There also appears to be breast physics in the game, as a certain female enemy gives a command and points, her breasts violently bounce up and down behind her uniform as she does so. Aside from female designs, there is also a bulky guy with slick back, spiky hair who drives a tank with flames pinstriped onto the exterior. I also spotted some of the anime trope giant weapons and crazy colored and sized hairstyles with some of the characters. The designs seem a bit over the top and break the immersion of the game for me. It also makes me disrespect and care less about these characters. How can I care about a woman walking through a blizzard when she won't even put on a pair of pants? Or how can I feel intimidated by a tank commander who is crouching down on top of his moving tank with pinstripe flames on the front of it? It is a bit too in your face and just doesn't do much for me. The Valkyria Chronicles series isn't new to garish designs, but I feel that for the most part, the majority of the standard soldiers have realistic uniforms that appear to make sense tactically, unlike in 4. Design choices may be a minor problem for some, but I personally care about the design of a game that I'm playing. And frankly, the design of Valkyria Chronicles 4 makes me a bit hesitant to pick up the game. My biggest fear with this game is that it will fall into a lot of the JRPG trappings and anime tropes that still exist. I hope that the game manages to build upon the legacy of the first game. The combat seems to remain intact at least. Hopefully the characters, designs, and story will follow suit. And thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like on this video and subscribe to my channel to be notified of when I post more videos. And let me know in the comment section below what you think. Do you think 4 looks good or not? And do you agree with how I feel about the design? Also, just if you want to see my gameplay of Valkyria Chronicles 1, then make sure to click any of the links throughout the video. And thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one. Okay, bye guys.